Jesus said, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will have the light of life and will never walk in darkness." Lord Jesus, you said where 2 or 3 come together in your name, you are there with them. The light of this candle symbolizes your presence in us, and so let us remember that we are in the holy presence of God.
Thank you, Dr. Sherry. Will everyone please be seated? Good evening. I'm Dr. Susan Muller, Dean of the College of Nursing and Health Sciences. Welcome to our graduates, members of the faculty, staff, and administration. We are proud to gather here this evening to recognize and honor the achievements of the spring 2021 graduating class of the Lewis University's Department of Nursing. At this time, I would like to identify the members of the university who will be participating in this evening's ceremony. Please rise as I say your name. Dr. David Livingston, President. Dr. Christopher Sint, Provost. Dr. Daisy Sherry, Associate Dean and Director of the DNP program. Dr. Julia Cokeless, Chair of the Department of Nursing. Dr. Mary Beth Desmond, MSN Program Director. Professor Maureen Moore, Undergraduate Program Director and Coordinator of Retention. Dr. Deborah Kornicker, Interim Back to BSM Program Director. And Dr. Deanna Summers, RN to BSM Program Director. Another group I would like to acknowledge is the Department of Nursing faculty and staff. Thank you for your efforts in support of the success of our students. Faculty and staff, please rise. Thank you very much for all of the work that you've done this year. I would now like to welcome Dr. David Livingston, President of Lewis University, to offer his remarks.
Thank you, Dean Muller. Welcome, graduates and friends, family, loved ones of our graduates who are joining us virtually tonight. Congratulations. It's an exciting time to be with you tonight, and great to be with you in person. I do want to just restate a couple things that have already been said. All of you know this, but it's important for me to say it. You have an amazing faculty. They have sacrificed a great deal to help you on your journey, and we are so grateful to have them as a part of our community. So thank you again, faculty of the College of Nursing and Health Sciences. I also want to say thank you to all your friends, family, and loved ones who have supported you on this journey. It's been much more difficult than anyone would have anticipated 4 years ago, or for some of the master's degree students 2 or 2.5 years ago. When you started, you had no idea that you were going to be dealing with a global pandemic as a part of your educational experience. Graduates, you have accomplished an amazing feat. The College of Nursing at Lewis University is known, certainly in the Chicago metro area and regionally, as one of the most challenging and also a place that graduates some of the most highly qualified and highly sought after nurses in the area. You've done that and accomplished that in the midst of a really, really challenging time. And I want to acknowledge that you are joining a profession which we honor next week with the national and global celebration of nurses around the world. 4 million nurses in the healthcare industry. You're joining into them. As we've seen in the last 15 months, healthcare is a global issue, and you are joining a global community of people who spend their lives caring for others when they are at their lowest and most vulnerable points in their life. You also deal with families and individuals who are going through the last stages of their life. And all of this requires an incredible spiritual gift as well, because you are going to have much love and energy drained out of you as you serve these people. And therefore, you need the spiritual resources to be able to fill yourselves back up. Not just the professional competency, which we know you have, but the spiritual wherewithal to be with people as they suffer and as you bring them back to health. I am grateful for all that you've done for our community over the last 4 years. I want to tell you a little story as I wrap up my remarks. Just this weekend, I was over at the new baseball locker rooms, and we were both celebrating senior day for the baseball team and opening up and dedicating the locker room. And a gentleman was there who I've gotten to know over the last 5 years. He's a donor to Lewis and has been very generous to Lewis University in the past. And we were talking, as I'm sure many of you have had these conversations with people about their vaccination experience, right? And how it was and which one they got. Did you get Pfizer or Moderna? And this gentleman said to me, Dave, when I got to go get my vaccine, the person who gave it to me was wearing a red Lewis nursing uniform. So it's possible that one of you in this room gave him his vaccine. And he went on to say how incredibly proud, because he graduated from Lewis about 50 years ago, how incredibly proud he was that nurses from Lewis were out in the community giving people vaccines and making a difference. And so when he came home, he made a call to Luigi Amendola, who most of you probably don't know. But Luigi is in charge of our fundraising. And this gentleman already has an aviation scholarship and a scholarship for baseball. And he told Luigi that he was going to send a check the next week to establish a nursing scholarship for future nurses. So what I want you to know is not only do you carry us as a university into the hospital, the office, the clinic that you're going to go to, and make us incredibly proud for the way in which you're serving our community, but you are also inspiring people by your behavior to give to other nurses who are going to come after you. One of you made a difference for nurses that will last in perpetuity, because this gift is going to be an endowed scholarship which will give to a nurse every single year for the next 150 years, because you were willing to take time out of your week to go and serve the community by giving out vaccines. That is, to me, an amazing story, and it's just a small story, because the 100 and some people that are sitting in this room, day in and day out, week in and week out, over probably a 40-year career, are going to impact so many lives. You carry the Lasallian tradition of service to the most marginalized with you every day as you go out and serve the vulnerable, the sick, and the dying. And for that, I am so proud of you and so grateful to you. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Livingston. We will now continue our celebration by recognizing those students that were voted by our faculty to receive the Department of Nursing awards. Professor Moore and Dr. Cornicker will now announce the recipients of the Undergraduate Pre-Licensure Program Awards.
Thank you, Dr. Koklas. The Dean's Key is awarded to a pre-licensure nursing student who has demonstrated excellence in 3 areas of leadership, scholarship, and service. The awardee is selected by the faculty from those eligible students, each of whom must have been on the Dean's list at least 2 of the 3 last semesters. The awardee is Kelsey A. Glennon. Kelsey, would you come forward? You get to go up on the stage. Here you go, right this way. Okay, congratulations, Kelsey. You can take your masks off for a picture, it's okay. The Senior Department Award is awarded to one pre-licensure student who has demonstrated academic excellence with a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or greater. Congratulations to our pre-licensure awardee, Lorelei Hand. Congratulations. You can just go right this way. It helps when we're all vaccinated. In today's rapidly advancing healthcare environment, it is necessary for healthcare professionals to continually pursue growth. The Professional Development Award is given to a pre-licensure nursing student whom the faculty has recognized as demonstrating personal and professional growth in pursuit of his or her career goals. Congratulations to our pre-licensure awardee, Samaj L. Robinson. The Dr. Peggy Rice Clinical Excellence Award is awarded to a pre-licensure student whose clinical nursing practice has been identified by the faculty as demonstrating the values inherent in the mission of Lewis University and the American Nurses Association Code for Nurses. Congratulations to our pre-licensure awardee, Danielle A. Vincents. Congratulations.
Service activities are highly regarded in the healthcare professions since they demonstrate professional caring. The Brother James Gaffney Award for Service is given to pre-licensure students who are provided significant service to the College of Nursing and Health Sciences, to fellow students, and/or to the communities the college serves. When I call the name of each awardee, please stand in place. We will present the certificates immediately following this evening's ceremony. Please return to the stage after you have processed out at the conclusion of the ceremony. Congratulations to our awardees, Rebecca L. Burback, Elena M. Burgess, Kelly A. Calcagno, Victoria A. Crofton, Vanisha V. Doshi, Jacqueline E. Eck, Rachel M. Madej, Kaylee E. Mesowitz, McKaylee E. Messina, Kelly O'Malley, Debbie K. Patel, Sophia Ramos, Alexis R. Rodriguez, Nicole M. Ryan, Yesenia Saldivar, Adam C. Schreiber, James J. Small, Katerina Zaliga, Michelle S. Takbis, Kaylee A. Tutt, Danielle A. Vincenz. What a wonderful reflection of all the service you do. Dr. Summers will now announce the RN BSN Awards.
An Academic Excellence Award is given to an RN to BSN student. The person selected for this award has demonstrated academic excellence throughout the degree completion program with a cumulative grade point average of a 3.5 or above. The Academic Excellence Award recipients are Regan L. DeMoris, Angela M. Hurley, and Vilma Martinez Del Valicio. Those students can come up and receive. The Clinical Excellence Award is awarded to an RN to BSN student whose clinical nursing practice has been identified by faculty as demonstrating the values inherent in the mission of Lewis University and the American Nurses Association Code for Nurses. Congratulations to our BSN RN to BSN awardee, Angela M. Hurley. The Professional Development Award is given to an RN to BSN student whom faculty has recognized as demonstrating personal and professional growth in pursuit of his or her career goals. Congratulations to our RN to BSN awardee, Lizette Berlandos. Dr. Desmond will now present the graduate awards. Oh, I'm sorry. Dr. Desmond will now present the graduate awards.
The Lasallian Nursing Graduate Award is given to a graduate nursing student whom the faculty have recognized as an outstanding graduate student who exemplifies Lewis University's values-based heritage. The candidate has served as an exemplary role model of the Lewis University's core values of wisdom, justice, fidelity, knowledge, and association. To other graduate students, colleagues, faculty, and the community. The candidate also has contributed to a supportive educational environment through a spirit of association which develops community in learning and service and the pursuit of wisdom and truth. Lastly, the candidate has demonstrated commitment to social justice and sensitivity to poverty and oppression. Congratulations to our awardee, Constance Gergente. The Marilyn Bunt Leadership Award is given to a graduate nursing student whom the faculty have recognized as an outstanding graduate student who exemplifies leadership in nursing by serving as an exemplary role model for other graduate students and nurses in the community, is actively committed to improving health and healthcare in the world, consistently provides leadership for others to enact change, and applies specialized nursing knowledge in leading professional initiatives. Congratulations to our awardee, Renee M. Shearer. An Academic Achievement Award is given to graduate students whom the faculty have recognized as outstanding students who exemplify scholarship and the use of critical inquiry to seek higher knowledge. The candidates have achieved a cumulative grade point average of 4.0 out of 4.0. Have consistently demonstrated scholarly work and critical inquiry throughout the program, served as an exemplary role models for other graduate students, and contributed specialized nursing knowledge in the academic setting to facilitate the highest level of learning outcomes. When I call the name of each awardee, please stand in place. We will present the certificates immediately following this evening's ceremony. Please return to the stage after you have processed out at the conclusion of the ceremony. This year's awardees are Megan N. Bryan, Teresa Escalante, Mushera Gaghawala, Sarah G. Jensen, Diane Karamagianis. Dana Markek. Krista McLennan. Catherine A. McNichols. Cheryl A. Novak. Amy A. Pelnarsh. Antonia Prifty. Kimberly A. Radowitz. Kelsey Vahanik. Danielle M. Waldvogel. And Candace J. Wyatt. Job well done. Thank you.
During the next portion of our celebration, a representative from each of our programs will come forward and say a few thoughts and comments representative of their class. Our first speaker will be Kelly Calgagno, representing the Undergraduate Pre-Licensure Program.
Good evening, administration, faculty, staff, family and friends tuning in virtually, and especially, most importantly, my fellow 2021 nursing graduates. How do I sum up what we've went through together the past 4 years in just a few minutes? There's simply no way. There's no way to explain the feeling of walking into a simulation or sitting behind a Scantron for a patho exam, or walking out of the hospitals last week realizing we will never have to say, "Hi, I'm the student who will be following you today," ever again. There's no way to describe the feeling of being told we would have to learn how to be nurses online while a deadly virus overtook the country. COVID took away so many things from us: precious clinical time, learning face-to-face together in the classroom, some days our sanity, and for some of us, our loved ones. Many of you who sit before me, including myself, have been working in the healthcare field since the very first case of coronavirus was diagnosed in the United States. I sincerely commend you for that. To sit behind a screen for many months of nursing school, just to show up to work on your days off to care for people during a global pandemic, that is something to be proud of. Your selflessness deserves to be recognized. As a class, we have put thousands of COVID-19 vaccines into the arms of Americans. That in of itself is something each one of us should take pride in. For those of you who have lost someone during the pandemic, I express my greatest condolences. May we honor them each and every day through our work as nurses at the bedside. Despite the struggles we have faced, with the pandemic looming over our backs for the past year and a half, I believe it gave us the tools of adaptability and perseverance, learning how to make the best of some of the absolute toughest situations. We learned to be exceptional nurses, despite the conditions. We overcame those barriers together. Something I realized early on in this program is that nursing isn't just a job. It's a vocation to which we are called. Sure, I've asked myself so many times the last 4 years, is this worth it? Why am I doing this? But it wasn't until recently that I recognized the depth of the roles we are about to fill. Some days, we will be part of the best day of a patient's life. Others, we will be in the same room, sharing a patient's final moments as they take their last breath. That is powerful. I am proud to be walking away from this program alongside people who I know are going to love and heal and accept others. Lewis Nursing has provided us with an education that no doubt has put us at an advantage as we walk into the workplace as new nurses. However, I genuinely believe that it is not only our education that puts us ahead, but who we are as individuals. Our compassion, our empathy, our passion to serve others, that is what's going to put us ahead. What an honor it truly is to be part of the most trusted profession in the United States of America. Thank you so much to every professor that taught us to think critically, inspired us to accept challenges, and encouraged us to advocate for our patients and for ourselves. Your dedication to our success is what makes this program what it is. Know that as we walk away from Lewis, we will strive to emulate the nurses you are as we step into the roles we have been called to fill. Nursing class of 2021, you have not only been my classmates, but my friends, and we have been a team all these years. Now, it's time to go out, be a part of new teams, and bring to the table what we've learned here and make a difference. Words cannot explain the love I have for all of you and how proud I am of us for persevering through all of the challenges that were thrown at us during our time here. I have such confidence in the nurses we will become and the ability we have to heal others. Go be great. Congratulations.
Thank you, Kelly. Our next speaker will be Jessica Walker, representing the RN to BSN students.
Hi, my name is Jessica Walker, and I am graduating from the RN to BSN program. Actually, my nursing career started 20 plus years ago. I started as an associate degree nurse. Started on a med-surg unit, like some of you will wind up doing, and learning my first real taste of nursing, including some leadership. Charge nurse. It's a tough role, really tough role. However, know this, the job you're in is not always the job that you're meant to be forever. I realized that on that unit, and I knew there was something in me saying, a small voice, it's time to leave. So, I decided to go into home health. I thought, maybe the bedside isn't for me. Went, did that for a while, audited charts, talked to case managers and insurance companies. But you know what? I missed being with patients, and I missed the bedside. That role didn't last long for me, and I really heard this voice inside me saying, you need to go back and work with patients. So, I took a job in endoscopy. It was a great lifestyle. No weekends, no holidays. It was lovely. It also taught me the real collaboration that nurses can have with physicians. It was a priceless experience, and I'll never forget it. Did that for a while, had some leadership opportunities there, wanted me to be a unit director. And I was like, oh my God, that's an amazing opportunity. But something in me was telling me, this is not right, it's not the right time. Little voice said, know your worth. I encourage you nurses to always remember that when you're making decisions about your career. I later found out that my decision to turn down that role was exactly right. I wasn't being shown my worth. So, because I turned that down, another leadership opportunity came across my lap. I decided to run for the professional nursing staff president position at Rush University Medical Center. I actually won the election, much to my surprise, and I then took over 12 committees that pretty much guided every aspect of nursing practice at Rush University Medical Center. We're talking education, documentation, magnet, you name it. Kind of a lot for an associate degree nurse. I learned a ton on the job, and I had some great mentors. But there was still one thing that I was missing, and that was formalized education. I knew I needed it. That position as PNS president was a huge springboard. I should have made leaps and bounds in my career at that time, but what was holding me back was not moving forward with my education. And that brings me here to Lewis. I finally listened to that small voice in me that said, go back to school. So I'm thankful to say I finally took the plunge. As my cohorts will know, it was so scary. I mean, 20 years and to go back to school as a nurse, it was tough. It was tough. I didn't know if I was going to make it, but the only reason why I have my success here today is because of my cohorts who became my family, and most definitely, Lewis University. The faculty there really made the difference in my life and brought me to this point today. Through them, they truly embodied the mission values of this institution. These instructors brought their knowledge to us and merged it with our own. This brought new insight to our practice that I think we never even gave consideration to. They helped me personally take my critical thinking skills to a new level, despite being an ICU nurse for more than 10 years. And during the spring of 2020, they acknowledged that the Rush cohorts were working nurses in a global pandemic, that we nurses had a personal and social responsibility at the bedside as our first priority. So despite that stress and uncertainty, our faculty helped us integrate our current studies into the work that we were doing every day. Lewis instructors showed a true commitment to our success despite what our lives might have thrown at us, be it a critical illness of a spouse, death of a parent, or working through a global pandemic. God was working through Lewis's faculty to inspire us and impart their wisdom to us. So for that, I wholeheartedly say thank you on behalf of my Rush cohorts and myself. Just going to end with two thoughts. First, I hope the story of my professional journey shows you that nursing as a career has many opportunities for you. Never feel like you're stuck. And second, that nursing is a profession full of learning, both formal and informal. Our learning doesn't end today. And please remember this. Listen to that small voice inside you. Let it help guide you on your own nursing journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. Our final speaker will be Mushira Gugawala, representing the graduate MSN students.
Good evening. My name is Mushira Gogawala. I'm a graduate student in the FNP track. Thank you, faculty, for selecting me to speak at the recognition ceremony on behalf of the May 2021 MSN graduating class of College of Nursing and Health Sciences. This is absolutely an honor, and to be frank, given the pandemic, I felt somewhat disconnected from Lewis and my fellow classmates while I was trying to finish my FNP clinical practicum hours, yet I know that we always remained connected through our common bond. That being said, I feel so blessed that we are finally able to come together again in person, where all of our accomplishments are being recognized during one of our final nights as MSN graduate nursing students. Under this roof sit nurses from all sorts of professional backgrounds. Under this roof are nurses who remember the days in which a chest tube drainage system consisted of 4 canisters lined up neatly in a row. And yes, I'm old enough to remember those days. And sitting next to them are nurses who have never once laid eyes on the intricacies of a paper chart. Under this roof sit nurses with backgrounds in ICU, ER, L&D, home health, and school nursing, to name a few. Some work in critical access hospitals, while others work in large healthcare systems. Under this roof are hundreds of years of cumulative collective nursing experience. And under this roof, together, we have been privileged to provide nursing care for millions of patients. And throughout our program, we're intermingled, we picked each other's brains, and we learned from each other. We listened to stories of patient encounters, discussed with each other insight gained, and weave this new understanding into our practice. The Lewis University education has emphasized that knowledge comes from a multitude of sources, not just books, not just journal articles, but also from the unique experiences and wisdom that others have gained. This emphasis on the importance of inquiry, questioning attitude, and the search for answers from diverse resources is that which will provide us with a competitive advantage when we enter the workforce. And all of us here tonight are united by two common denominators. The first commonality we share is that we chose to pursue a graduate degree in nursing. I chose to go to graduate school because I was feeling unfulfilled in my nursing career. Even serving in the United States Army Reserve just did not seem to complete my sense of emptiness. I felt a desire to enlarge my scope of practice as a registered nurse and gain advanced nursing knowledge and skills to care for and advocate for the underserved patient population. The second factor that unites us is that we all recognize that Lewis University is the stepping stone for us by which we will be able to serve our communities with the opportunities afforded us by obtaining a higher education. And I am absolutely grateful that I was able to share Lewis University with you and learn from you and grow with you. My journey at Lewis University began, as with most things in my life, with a billion emails to the faculty and staff and phone calls to match, with rambling voicemails and incessant questions. However, the staff and faculty answered them all in a timely manner, and with kindness, patience, and genuine consideration regarding my concerns. Staff and faculty viewed me as not a name on an application or a high-pitched voice on the other end of the phone, but rather as that person that needed to be cared for, respected, nurtured, understood, and assisted. These caring values demonstrated by the staff were the impetus that drove my decision to choose Lewis. And through my graduate courses, it is these values that have become instilled in me and in my practice, and they will be my guiding light wherever I go, whether it is a clinic down the street or a tented Army hospital overseas. Every encounter with a patient, be it in person or a telehealth visit, will radiate from the brilliance of these caring Lasallian and Catholic values. It is a graduate nursing program at Lewis University that reminded me that the best way to find my sense of self again is by losing myself in the service of others. Lewis University reinforces that the privilege of having received higher education comes with it a social responsibility towards those in our community that are less fortunate, disadvantaged, and/or oppressed. Even the ability to provide service to others is indeed a privilege. How many times have we heard from our non-medical associates, "I could never do what you do"? The pursuit of a higher education is necessary in order to effect change, for the cumulative knowledge gained has nurtured us to not only understand that the root causes of the problems our communities face, but it also promotes the development of the tools necessary to create and critique interventions that may ameliorate these problems. Through this lens provided to us by Lewis University's graduate program, we are able to perceive problems in greater focus, and I think we all realize that the roots run quite deep. Yet we also know that they are not insurmountable. Even if we change the life of one person, it is significant. Thus, I find myself in the process of becoming an FNP to level up my ability to influence change. Although my voice may be high-pitched, it will resonate in such a manner that it will not be ignored. Such that policies surrounding the care provided to patients have to be improved, be it locally or at the national level. If we have accomplished so much as lone registered nurses, imagine what we can do as MSN-prepared nurses. The opportunities are truly endless. And that being said, may we humbly recognize our individual and collective ability to have an impact on the lives of others for good, and may we have the courage to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, Mushira. Now we will have all students please line up on the right side of the stage. Throughout Scripture, stories of the healing presence of God abound. Jesus drew many disciples to his side by his acts of gentle healing. You have been called to a ministry of healing, of compassion, of easing pain, of making suffering more bearable and understandable. You are the agents of the loving, caring, healing Lord of all creation. It is through your eyes that God sees, because of your ears that he hears, with your voice that he speaks, and through your hands that he works. Hands are a healthcare provider's valuable tool. They help assess when we are unsure. They give comfort when words just won't do. They offer help when everything else seems hopeless. Our hands are the extension of God's presence in our lives. The pins which these students are receiving tonight are signs of their special calling, their ministry. They are signs of their willingness to be witnesses of hope and disciples of care. May the God of all watch over, guide, and protect you as you leave us to begin or to continue your ministry of healing.
We will start with our BSN traditional program. Amanda Bellis. Gabriella Bobeck. Rebecca Burback. Elena Burgess. Kelly Calcagno. Victoria Crofton. Daniel Delgrado. Monica Jakovich. Jackie Eck. Nora Fagan. Luke Garwood. Kelsey Glennon. Joanna Gostab. Gabrielle Hoffman. Hannah Josephat. Alyssa King. Jessica Kulash. Rachel Mayday. Ethan Mugehi. Kaylee Mesowitz. McKaylee Messina. Claire Moran. James Nabelski. Allison Novak. Kelly O'Malley. Evelyn Quintana. Sophia Ramos. Samaj Robinson. Alexis Rodriguez. Ivana Rutkowski. Nicole Ryan. Carly Reba. Yesenia Saldivar. Adam Schreiber. Michael Sinchar. Joanna Slowikowski. Michaela Sanderman. Michaela Studer. Kasha Shalinga. Christine Samansky. Michelle Takbis. Monica Tursky. Kaylee Tutt. Danielle Vicens. Monica Weeda. Jamie Zuvadny. Fernanda Zazudeda. Next, we have our Back to BSN students. Amanda Crombie. Benisha Doshi. Elizabeth Giso. Laura Lee Hand. Jennifer Mahorsic. Mari Perez. And now we have our RN BSN. Lizette Bolanos. Jessica Walker. And next is our MSN Healthcare Systems Leadership, Teresa Escalante. Constance Gergenti. Ashley Matsu Wambeja. Nilda Metzli. Renee Shire. Danielle Waldbogo. And next we have our MSN in Nursing Education, Angela Abrams Carruthers. Katie McNichols. Next, we have our MSN in School Nurse, Diane Karamaginas. Kathleen Lynch Hale. Krista McClellan. Amy Pelnarsh. Next, we have our MSN in Adult Gerontology Acute Care, Tara Greenlee. Sarah Jessen. Kelsey Vinanik. Next, we have our MSN Adult Gerontology Primary Care Nurse Practitioner, Cherie Ramchandran. Next, we have our MSN Family Nurse Practitioner, Mushira Gogawala. Hannah Kreck. Antonia Perefit. Julietta Lewis. Dana Marquette. Kimberly Radowitz.
This concludes our recognition ceremony honoring the Department of Nursing Spring 2021 graduates. Thank you to all of you for your presence here this evening. To our graduates, we are so very proud of you and what you have accomplished, and so very hopeful for your future. Please remain at your places while the platform party and faculty process out, and then students will follow.